Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We have one of my favorite people, Mr. Rick Garza, here in the studio today.
You say that about everybody.
I do say that about everybody, but everyone's my favorite person. This is one of my favorite people.
No, you're actually one of them.
If you were on my show, you're one of my favorite people. If not, you wouldn't be here at all. So,
thank you.
Yeah, so he's
Likewise.
a San Antonio native. He's a dog guy like myself. I know you have a little Shih Tzu named Gizmo. Is that
Yes.
right? He's been doing real estate photography for over 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
He has a company called Bright and Early Productions. So let's talk about Rick. What's Bright and Early Productions? What's everything you guys do when you get started?
Yeah.
Let's talk all about you.
Bright and early, you got started.
Yeah, right on. So actually we got started back in officially in 2009. That's when we registered. We started with obviously trying to get all kinds of experience, so we shot everything under the sun.
Right.
And then it wasn't until about 4 years where we started concentrating on residential real estate photography.
You got to find your niche, right?
Yeah, so that's what I found that I was actually good at, and I just I figured instead of being a jack of all trades, I would kind of narrow it down.
Master of one.
Yep, exactly.
That's how all business owners got to be, right?
Yep,
so what services are you able to provide to your clients?
So what we do is obviously the HDR photography is probably like our bread and butter.
What is HDR?
Good question. HDR is a high dynamic range, which basically just means it's big verbiage for just capturing all the highlights and then all the shadows, and then just kind of blending them into one image. So when you see it, you see the best of both worlds. So if you don't use that technique, you're liable to get either a really dark photo or a really bright photo.
Yeah.
And so that technique allows us to kind of get everything that the potential home buyer is supposed to see. Give them from that, yeah. So if it's a living room with beautiful windows, you obviously want them to see the exterior, like the view that they have.
Right.
But you don't want to miss out on the interior. So what our purpose behind it is, I want to be able to see the view on the outside, but at the same time experience the warm, fuzzy feeling of the what the living room has to offer, or the kitchen or whatever. So that's the only way to actually do it, really.
For sure.
By blending multiple pictures into one.
And what other services are you able to provide?
So we actually go a little bit beyond photography. We do video production. I have a huge background in like traditional video production, so any kind of corporate events and all that stuff. So basically I just really grabbed all the experience and then just started providing it to realtors.
Sure.
So anything from, there's all different levels of video production. So we can do a simple video in the sense of like an intro, which is, hey, my name is Bobby, and this is what I do. These are my clients. But then we have the full virtual experience, which we can go through each and every room. But we really concentrate on the project. Every home is different, so
absolutely.
You don't want to do all this motion, like a drone and a glider and all that stuff in like a 1,200 square foot house if it's really not necessary. So for that, we would probably do kind of like a slideshow, but it's a virtual tour. It has a picture. You do a video with the pictures that we take.
Sure.
Then we could bump it up for like $1 million property. We would do like an intro, with some gliding motion, a slider, which actually just kind of gives you the full experience as if you were there. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, different levels for every project. So
why do you feel that your services are so important to us real estate agents?
It's really the first impression. So you guys, as agents, I say you guys because
we are agents.
We are. Right. Yeah. Okay. So if you are accepting a listing from, you're one of X amount of realtors that the buyer has to interview.
Right.
And you have to, build the confidence and tell the client, hey, allow me to shoot your listing or sell your listing rather. I'm sorry. And then you take your own pictures and you take your photos with your iPhone or something like that. It's
flip phone.
Flip phone. It might not be the best representation.
Yeah, for sure.
We actually go in with the purpose to sell this house. So when we go in there, we want to see every angle. I communicate with you guys and I say, hey, what are the upgrades? What are some of the features of the house I need to know about? Right. Sometimes photographers, if they look at it like a gig or just a job, they go in and they're thinking like, hey, how can I get out of here in 30 minutes? Our job is to get like the best shot to describe every single room that actually helps sell the
because some rooms don't help sell the house.
Right. Like if it's a
Like a small laundry room.
6x5,
Right.
bedroom, and it has like a twin size bed in it, I'm gonna suggest that we don't
Leave
take
that
that
out.
picture. Yeah, because it kind of
So-
it's a downer. It's one
So
of those.
we're using your pictures in the MLS to sell the houses,
Mhm.
and then you also make a video.
Mhm.
What do we do with the video? How do we get people to see it? Or do you do anything with it?
Yeah, sure. So there's a virtual tour that kind of automates the photos to it makes this slideshow with the photos, and it's a hyperlink, so you could send that to your clients, or the agent can actually upload that to the MLS. So the viewer just pushes play and it automatically transitions. We usually put the best of pictures, so we don't put all the images, just like we talked about earlier, which is the top features of the house.
Right.
And then we can also do YouTube videos, Vimeo videos. It just depends on the level of expertise the agent has. So
Sure.
for some people, they might not be into YouTube. I just met a lady who didn't know what YouTube was.
I've done real estate with people that don't use email, so it's crazy.
Right. Yeah. It was
No,
like,
they're
she
still-
said, well, what is YouTube? And I was like, well, it's a video.
Pretty much Google now. It's
Yeah.
Google
You're
now.
able to help anyone. As somebody with a small house
Yeah.
where the rooms are really small, you got the
Yeah.
cameras to make the rooms look bigger,
Right.
which people get mad at us for.
It- yeah.
You also have the drones that you can take aerial views for like ranches or large homes.
Yeah, all the groundwork, all the photography on ground, all the videography on ground, you can definitely do that. We also do elevated photography with a pole or
Right, I've seen those.
Yeah, there's different methods to get it, and not every property will actually need a drone. Most of the time, we'll suggest it for certain properties, like $1 million property with a large lot or like 2 acres of land,
Or a ranch.
Or a ranch. Yeah, the only way that we can actually go out there and sell that vision is obviously with a drone, and so that we have photographers that we
sub that out.
sub that part out. Yeah.
Awesome. So if you want some more information about Bright and Early Productions, you can contact Rick at 210-595-0664. Again, that's 595-0664.
Yes.
You can also check out his website, brightandearlyproductions.com, or email him at info@brightandearlyproductions.com. Take a quick break. Be right back.